So next thing we're going to tackle here is the track bar. I've been getting some really nasty wobble lately, to the point of getting a couple times a death wobble out on the freeway. Not fun. If you haven't experienced it, there's no point in describing it. So track bars are usually the problem here. The track bar I've got in here is a Rubicon Express. Put that in, geez, I'm not even gonna offer a guess. A number of years ago anyways, and I've got a sneaky suspicion the bushing at the frame end is worn out. Top end's a Heim joint, so it's pretty solid. So let's take a look under there, see what we got. So down here's the track bar. That thing's hiding right in there, that's the bushing. I believe that's a rubber bushing in there. Rubicon Express was kind enough to use the factory bushings. So there's the other end. The track bar is adjustable, and with the factory bushings there, we can utilize off-the-shelf parts. No need to get a proprietary bushing from somewhere. So this is a standard Moog replacement bearing in poly rather than rubber. The poly is a little bit more notorious for squeaking, but they're more solid, which on a track bar is a good thing. So let's get this pulled apart and see if we can pull some bolts on there, pull that old track bar out. So when you're working underneath here, you got old rusty bolts that are exposed. Don't just throw an impact on them and start banging away. I like to work them back and forth a little bit by hand, just to make sure that they're gonna turn and not break on you. This one feels pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so as you can see here, I've built here's a bolt. I built a little pocket, a custom mount to raise the, let's get some light in here, to raise the lower mounting part of the track bar. Track bar used to be down where the shock is mounted there, the steering stabilizer that is, which with my steering setup, which I'll get into, maybe I'll get there later today if I have some time, I needed to raise the track bar to keep it in plane with the geometry of the steering. So I've got to torque that sucker out of there. I can do that two ways. I can remove the bolt out of the top and just pull the whole track bar out of there, or I can try and shuffle the Jeep off to the side just by turning the steering there. And now that the track bar is not locating it, it might be enough to pop that out of there. So let's give that a try first. Try the easy thing. And if not, I'll pop that bolt up top there. Great. Okay, we got that in there now. It's starting to come a little. Real close. Get a good purchase on that. That's just about got her. I got a little mount in the way there that I'll get rid of. We should have her off. So that's got her off there. You got her free and clear. There's the other end up there. Just gonna check that for play. That feels pretty solid still. A little bit of play in there, but not much. That'll do her. Okay, so let's work on getting that bushing out. So this is where it's nice to have a little bit of air tooling here. Yeah, just like that. Here's the bushing. And now we'll work on splitting this apart. So when does anything go as planned? New bushing, old bushing. Size of holes there, a little different. New one here, mic's out at 5/8. Old one 3/4. Inside is 3/64. That one's 4/38, like 7/16. So yeah, so that ain't gonna work quite as well as planned, but whatever. We got an old bushing that's still fine, and all we gotta do is just punch that out to fit. use the old sleeve, I should say, not bushing. So yeah, let's rig these up, throw them in the drill press, punch them out. So I got my set of the larger drill bits here. Silver and Deming drill bits. Silver and Deming, I had to look that up the other night because I was curious. Silver and Deming was the company that first, I believe, patented or at least mass produced drill bits where the shank here stepped down from the actual diameter of the drill bit. Ever since, they've all been called Silver and Deming no matter where they come from. So I'm gonna hit this up with an 11/16, not 3/4, just to give a little bit of a crush fit there, and we'll try punching that out. Let's get her set up. So we're gonna give this a try. Not sure how well this will work, but we'll see. Out of travel. That's got her. Yeah, it's going to be too tight. I'm going to have to go to 3/4. There we go. That's a much better fit. Awesome. Next one. So that ended up giving a pretty tight fit. So by the time we get that in there, crushed in between, I think that's going to be just fine there. Excellent. Yeah, hey there, it's Kelly Clausen calling. Good, good. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys got any of that poly bushing lube stuff, the stuff that's supposed to keep it from squeaking. Yeah. Ah, great. Can I come down and grab some? Oh, just a tiny bit. I'm just replacing track bar bushing. Right on. I'll be right on down. Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, be down shortly. Thanks. So, before we assemble things here, what I grabbed was a little bit of this lubrication stuff. I don't know if that's going to show up. Energy Suspensions Formula 5 Pre-Lube. This stuff, as I mentioned, these bushings really squeak when they're installed in steel. That's one of the drawbacks of poly. However, this stuff is supposed to help a fair bit. So before we throw it in there, let's just clean things up a little. Nip the tip. Little Mel Brooks reference there, for those of you who get it. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. And you know what? Okay. More. Okay, so I think we're gonna grab a clamp to get that in there. So to help make things a little easier, put a little chamfer on the edge of the bushing there, because it is a tight fit. That should help it slip in a little bit easier. Okay. Need a third hand here. Why did God make us with only 2 hands? Well, that was incredibly frustrating, trying to get greasy poly bushings into there. So now we just got to get this sleeve in. That should be a little easier. I can't see anything. So I just checked the thickness there. We're a little extra wide compared to the original bushing, just with the flanges on the side. Just gonna take a grinder and give us a little extra clearance after I plug it in, of course. Okay, so all greased up, lubed up. See what happens. So that's got her back in. All that's left is one final torque here. And these things need to be tight. Okay, that's got her tight. So, that's the track bar bushing replacement done.